Great seeing you back for Devos. Okay, all this week I'm talking about having a life of generosity. Being a giver, not wanting to always try to get things in this life, but to give. I want it to be a goal of yours where you say, I want to be the most giving person I know. Okay, look at 3 John verse 2. There's only one chapter there. Look at, beloved, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may be in good health as it goes well with your soul. Now, I want you to see that right there. We put so much into material things and finances of this life. I want you to notice what he's saying. He doesn't talk about the money. He says, I hope that God blesses you with good health. He goes, I hope that your soul is healthy, and I pray that your body is healthy. Now, you've heard it said before, you wouldn't trade anything for good health. I would rather be a pauper to be poor than to have a crippling illness all my life. So, first thing we ought to do, we ought to thank God. If he's given you good health, you got to thank him for it, or maybe he's healed you from something here. Make an intentional decision to be aware of other people's needs. So when you're looking at people, if God has blessed you with good health, or you see people that are hurting financially, I want you to care about other people. I always want you to look at somebody and say, well, what if that was me? What if that was my spouse? What if that was my child? Well, what if that was my mother or father that's all by themselves right now? I want you to start looking at people like that and to help them. In 1 Timothy 6:17, as for the rich in this present age, charge them not to be haughty, nor to set their hopes on uncertainty of riches, but on God who richly provides us with everything to enjoy. I had mentioned in his service over the weekend that we're to be rich towards God. Don't worry about being rich. Be rich towards God. Money can buy you out of a lot of trouble, but it's real easy for you to start trusting in money and not to trust in God. So when people are all depressed because they're in a financial bind, and listen, don't do that. First of all, put God number one in your finances. Everybody ought to be tithing. And if you've been tithing, continue to tithe. Don't back down from that. I know very few people who have quit tithing that used to tithe. And the reason why, because tithing works. You're showing God you love him and you're putting him number one. And then he blesses you for that. But God wants you to be a blessing to others. If people knew how consumed you were with your stuff, you would be embarrassed because you have become a shallow human being. I was listening to some lady the other day, and she was talking about another lady's purse. She goes, I wish I had a purse like that. That other lady was carrying around a $1,500 purse. Now listen, if you got that kind of money to blow, I mean, that's fine. I think it's kind of stupid. I think it's pretty shallow. Okay, but whatever. That's not a sin, but it's a sin to constantly be upset because you don't have the things that you want to have. Now, some of you don't have a lot of money, but you're a hoarder. Okay, you won't throw nothing away. There's junk piled up all over your house. That's a sin. Okay, even though it's not worth much. Okay, you think it's worth much to you. Okay, we shouldn't hang on to that stuff so tightly. Look at 1 Timothy 6:18. They are to do good and to be rich in good works. This is what we're to be as Christians. Do good. Be rich in good works. To be generous and ready to share. Thus storing up treasure for themselves as a good foundation for the future, so that they may take hold of that which is truly life. Now, what this is saying is this. If you share with others, if you give unto God, you'll have a better life here. But also, you're sending treasure up into heaven. You're not wasting your time. Look, if you don't go out of your way to do something nice for someone every single day, it's a waste of a day. My son Randy used to say that. He goes, Dad, if I don't do something nice for somebody every day, I just wasted my day. Hey, listen, I want you to start thinking of others. I want you to give to God. I want you to give to others that are in need.